On this video, get ready. I'm going to be giving you some amazing tips on how to make money. And I know that's the reason why you came to this channel in the first place, is to learn how to make money online. These are going to be the best tips that you get in all of 2022 on making money. So strap on in, grab a piece of paper and a good old pen. I don't have one handy, but grab those things and get ready for this amazing knowledge. Hey, I'm the Viking Marketer, and this is my business partner and fellow founder of Digital Freedom Movement, Kellen Chivy. Since 2017, we went from mechanics busting our knuckles every single day, never getting days off, to unlocking freedom for ourselves and helping thousands of other people just like yourself do the exact same thing. Subscribe and tune in and see how we're creating freedom for thousands of people. So let me share my screen here. Let's do a whiteboard. John, I'm going to give you some stuff for your stories, bro. Enjoy. You're welcome. Okay, these are things that you want to watch, okay? So you don't do, that's what I mean, like the areas that you want to watch, okay? So don't be too nice. I know that sounds controversial, like don't be too nice. And what I mean by don't be too nice, I'm not saying be a douchebag or any of those type of things. I'm sure you guys saw throughout my whole conversation, I was nice. I was complimentary. I constantly related to them. I'm constantly going back and forth, constantly going back and forth with people with what they're doing and everything like that. But I don't talk to them about being their friend. I talk to them about business and business only. That's the only things I do. Most times when you guys talk to me, I like, how often do I talk to you guys about the weather or about the small talk or about the simple things in life? I'm not a simple person. I don't do simple things and I don't talk about simple things. They annoy me. If I see somebody that I know in the grocery store, I walk the other direction because I don't care about the simple talk. I was there for a mission to get my groceries and that's what I'm going to get. So keeping things like that, most people will appreciate. Just letting you guys know now, most people will appreciate that exact same approach, is because they're messaging you not for another friend, they're messaging you for a solution for their way out. So don't be their friend. Do not act like you're at coffee. Okay, so if the conversation you're currently having with somebody is like a conversation that you'd be having with your BFF at coffee, then pull the plug. They're not your new best friend. You're not at coffee. You're on the internet. They're talking to you on your business page and you're there to do business. Okay, like I watched this one TikTok video on Grant Cardone a couple months back. It was last year, late last year sometime, and essentially he called this company, and what he talked to them about was gym memberships. There was a gym, and so he calls them up. The person answers the phone, be like, "Hey, how's it going? This gym?" And he's like, "Sounds good. I'm looking at getting a membership for your gym." And the first question the person's asked is a question that doesn't really matter. Are you from the area? And he's like, and then Grant Cardone says, "I don't know why that matters. I just want a gym membership. What is your most expensive gym membership?" He says. He's like, "Well, you can spend any amount of money that you want to spend." And that was his response. And he'd be like, and Grant's like, "Okay, cool. But what are they?" And the guy's like, "Oh, well, there was only two packages, and one was like $60 and the other one was like $100 or something like that. I believe." And anyways, he's like, "Cool, thanks for that information." And the guy's like, "No problem." And then the other guy hangs up the phone before Grant does. And it's just like, where was the sell there? Like, how are you helping the customer at that point in time? The customer wants to spend money there and he wants to do business, but not only are you being extremely vague on all your answers, but you're also not being helpful. And a lot of people think, well, I'll be selling that person at that point in time. No, they called you because they wanted something. These people on your fan page messaged you because they wanted something. They need your help. So remember, you're not selling them, you are helping them. They came to you, they're begging for it, but you're not giving it to them. You're talking about the weather and all these other things. That shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter telling them that they could spend any amount of money. No, yes, how much money you could spend. Be like, cool, man, well, it's a little bit too much information for me to give to you over the phone. How about do you have an email? Do you have a phone number? And I can send it over to you. And that would have been the proper response there. If it was too much information to give over the phone, or being like, cool, man, these are our packages. Which one would you like? And then that would be a good close as well. But what that guy did was just vaguely tell him the limited details about nothing that mattered to the client or the now not client. And he just let them off, let them go. There was no close. The guy did his job. He didn't do his job. He should have been fired that minute because he sucked at it. But what you need to do, and what you guys need to be doing as well, is you've got to be constantly trying to help people. If they're coming for your solution, they're like, yeah, man, I've never made 5 figures before in a month. Yeah, I would love to do that. Be like, perfect. Well, the first step is you taking action. And that first step was you talking to me. So I'm glad that you made that action step. So I can't wait for you to do the next action step and the next action step. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to help you all the way through. Does that sound good to you? You're like, yeah, it's perfect. Awesome. And you go from there like that. But you're not a coffee. You're not talking to them like they're your new best friend. And you shouldn't be looking for any of those type of things, because you should have your own friends or your own way of life. You're not looking for those things, or talk to the community like they're your friends. But the leads that are coming in, they're looking for your help. And when you don't do those things, you're doing a disservice for them, and you're not helping them rise up to the life that they want to live. Not only you're not helping yourself rise up to that life, but you're also not helping them. So that's what you need to be doing. Okay, so do not talk to them. Do not be so nice. Do not talk to them like you're at a coffee. So yeah, that's how you spell tone. Tonality matters, guys. And I know a lot of times when people talk about tonality, it's in the voice. It's what your volume levels are and those kind of things. But that is not it. It can be seen through text message as well. Tonality is a massive thing throughout the conversation. And that's what I was talking about with you going to the friend zone and all of a sudden shifting to being leadership or selling them. If all you guys have been at coffee sharing like your anecdotes about the day and about your kids and all of those type of things and showing each other pictures and everything like that, you're like, oh, that's really cool. Bobby was out at the park and he was running around kicking the ball. Oh, he looks so cute. Oh, by the way, you know, your life sucks. So let's make it better. I have your solution right here. Does that sound good to you? People would look at you like a fucking crazy person. And that's what people do constantly. So that's why that tonality matters. And that's why I have the script the way that I do those scripts, is because all I do is talk about business. So they know that I'm there for business, and they know that I'm there for helping them, because that's what I'm talking about constantly. And they know that I'm going to challenge them, because I'm constantly challenging them to give me better answers and everything. So when I challenge them at the end of the conversation, say it's time, be like, oh, I don't have the money for that. Be like, oh, but like, you don't have the money to be able to do that. But when will you have the money for that? And they'll be like, oh, I'll have it next week. So that's me challenging them. Okay, cool. Well, you don't have the money for that, but you want to change your life. Is that correct? And they're like, yeah, I want to change my life. So you're serious about this? You're a 10 out of 10? And they're like, yeah, I'm a 10 out of 10. I just don't have that. Are you ready to get resourceful? Because I've had people where they sold their TVs. I've had people where they take an extra job so they can be able to do this. What are you willing to do so you can change your life? If it's a 10 out of 10, you should be willing to do anything. What are you willing to do? How can you get resourceful to do that? Well, I can get resourceful in a week and have that, or I can call my mom, I can put on my credit card, all those kind of things. And then when you start challenging them like that, it's not weird. You didn't just go from their best friend to not their best friend. I hope that matters to you guys. It makes sense to you guys. But yeah, I'll move on to the next thing. I think I kicked that horse dead. So, and another thing that I noticed a lot of people do, and I noticed that that you didn't do this at all, Corey, and I really thought that was awesome. That they focus. So Renee and me just did a podcast on this, so it comes out tomorrow. You guys can tune in and you guys can hear this in more detail, and also me with more energy talking about this, and Renee with less energy talking about it. I'm just joking. Renee did great. But anyways, what I'm talking about is focusing on the destination of the flight. I see so often, and this especially in sales calls, people talk about like what affiliate marketing is, what the course is, what marketing is, what putting out content is, all the work that they have to do, all of those type of things, and they start focusing all that type of stuff on that, instead of just focusing on what matters to the person. Is they have problems in their life and they want solutions for them, and you're supposed to like be the solution. So what I'm talking about is the destination is, if you called up a travel agent and you're like, hey, I want to go to Maui to a 5-star resort. That's what I want. Be like, sweet, that's going to be an awesome vacation. It's gorgeous there at this time of year. Let's make that happen for you. This is like, when do you want to go? Those kind of questions. They ask you that type of stuff, and then they give you the details, and then they tell you what the price is and all the features, and like the how great and fun it's going to be there. They don't tell you about, oh, by the way, like Jimmy's going to be your pilot on that flight. It is this jet there. When you land, it's going to be this temperature. You have to arrive to the airport an hour before. You're going to sit in customs for 2 hours, and all of those kind of things. They don't talk about the flight, the how to get there. They just talk to you about like how sweet it's going to be in Hawaii, and how hot it's going to be, and how nice it's going to be on the beach, and all the cool activities that you can do there. And that is what you have to do. Don't tell them about all the shit about affiliate marketing and all the shit about like how you're going to market your products, and don't tell them about like all of that, the course that they're about to purchase, or that kind of stuff, unless they're asking about it. And a lot of times, if you're focused on that, it's called mirroring. And they start asking more questions about that. They start becoming more skeptical, all that kind of stuff. All they want is the solution for their problems. So focus on the destination, focus on what their goals are, focus on how these things are going to bring those goals to life in their life, and go from there. And like those are just such massive things that you guys need to be doing, and not focusing on all the bullshit that's on the side along the way. Like just talking to them about where they're going in life, and how they're like, not how they're going to get there, because the how never matters. It's just about the where. So just continue to think about the where, not the how. I mean, Bob Proctor talks about it all the time. The how doesn't matter. It's just what you want, and going from there. There's one last thing that I wanted to go over there that I've never thought of that I wanted to add in there, but tonality matters. Don't be so nice. The focus on the destination. Just making decisions. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. It's just like, what goals do you want? And are you opposed to getting to moving forward with this? And if they're not opposed, which they'll say no, like they're not opposed, then be like, perfect, let's just make a decision. These are your options. Which option would you like? And then you get to do an option close. And option closes are amazing, because you just get to tell them, like, it's either A or B. Which would you like? And be like, well, let's do B. Perfect. That's awesome. Let's do B. We're going to get you enrolled right now. I'll send you that link, and just I'll sit on the call with you, and I'll just answer any questions that you have as you go through. Does that sound good? And I'll be like, perfect. And you just go from there, right? So don't just help them make their decision. Don't sorry guys, I'm starting to draw a blank here. The sickness is getting on me. But just don't overthink things. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't start focusing on all the other things that's going on, and how busy they're going to be, or all those kind of things. Those questions that don't really matter. Like, only ask them the questions that do matter. Okay. So yeah. And then you can also, something that's really important that really helps. And the first time I heard about this was when I read the book, Never Split the Difference. And it's, people are so no averse. Like, we're all programmed to say no. It's just like you go to McDonald's and they're like, would you like fries with that? Would you like to upsize that? So programmed to say no, because we're getting offered shit constantly. Like, you're scrolling on Facebook and there's like 100 offers within 5 minutes. So we're always like, no. So framing questions in like a no point of view is massive. So are you opposed to this? So it's just like, I don't know, like there's men and women on this call. So like spouses, I don't know how many of you guys ask your significant other where they want to go for dinner. But mine always says, I don't know, you pick. And then I pick something and I'll be like, well, let's just go to this restaurant. And it's always like, no, I don't want to go there. And then I'm like, then you pick. And then she's like, well, I don't know what I want. And then we ended up getting into some type of fight, right? And it's just like, well, we have to go somewhere. Where do you want to go? But if you frame the question as like, are you opposed to going to this steakhouse? And she'll be like, no, I'm not opposed to that. It makes sense. I could do steak. Perfect. And it's like, awesome. So you go that way. So it's just like, because our brains are so programmed that way, it's tricking the brain, right? To help them. Yeah, exactly. I understand opposed to now because everyone wants to be in control. So that gives them the option to take temporary control. And you're so right. So yeah, just use no framed questions. What is the other thing that that was it. That is not the word. Conviction. So conviction. So you have to have conviction on your calls, okay, or on your conversations. If you have no conviction in what you guys are talking about, like, have you guys ever heard me not have conviction in my voice? Like, when I'm talking to you guys, do you ever have a doubt that I don't know what I'm talking about? I mean, probably not. I really hope it's not. But it's because I speak with that authority, that conviction, because I know that what I'm talking about is research. I know it works. I know what it's going to be helpful for you. And I know if you implement it, it will change your life, or else I wouldn't share it. So that's why I'm constantly saying everything with such conviction. And that's why I don't get asked the questions like, hey, Mark, well, how much money do you make? Or those kind of questions. They're just like, no, this guy's a fucking boss. Like, he makes money, baby. Because I have that kind of conviction. I walk around with that conviction. I know what I'm saying. I have confidence. I radiate that shit. And that's what you have to have. You have to have conviction in what you're doing. And that's the first thing I noticed when I reviewed Annette's first sales call. Her sales call wasn't great. She talked about a lot of the wrong stuff. She needed some critiquing. But the one thing that she did better than almost anybody's first call that I ever reviewed was the conviction that she had. And she's like, I know this shit works. So she's like, I have zero doubt that it's going to change their life. So being able to walk through being like, I know this stuff is going to change people's lives as long as they take action, you're going to change people's lives. But if you're walking into this being like, man, this is work, I kind of don't really want to do this, I don't even know if it's going to help them, well, no one's winning. You're not winning, they're not winning. So you have to rise that conviction when you're talking to people. So those are the things through your conversations, aspects to watch for. Don't be too nice. Do not act like you're at coffee. Tonality does matter throughout your calls. Focus on the destination, not the flight there, and only ask the questions that do matter. Use a no framed questions and have conviction. Okay. So I hope that helps you guys. And yeah, as Deuces says, take as many screenshots as you want, because that's going to be your framework to help you guys crush that.